All right.
That's
Hello,
all.
everybody. It is time for Waffle Talk. Today, we are going to talk about Dice Camera Action episode 126. So, Shauna, can you tell us what happened on this episode?
All right. First, just a little bit. We get a little bit of backstory on how Miranda was trying, since this time, has been like researching how to get rid of the Ring of Winter. In the process, the ring creates a sentient ice construct named Gwyneth that kind of like helps Miranda kind of deal with the Shadowfell despair. And in trying to research it, they come across a magician named Zolto Mingrazi, who kind of dupes them, takes the ring, and just portals out. And that's kind of like where we encounter them again in Waterdeep. And in the process, we also find that Evelyn has a curious encounter with post date on Jostle's ship, involving like the possible, what was it, a submarine. Yeah. And then everything kind of converges on the Yawning Portal, which Paulton has been performing his very popular performances, and where he encounters Zolto, who presents the Ring of Winter to him. Paulton inspects it, touches it, attunes it, and then is taken over. Summons Ice Dragon in the Yawning Portal, where Manchun appears, and we have a fight between the entire, converging on the island between Manchun, Miranda, the Waffle crew, and the Ring of Winter inherited Paulton. And Manchun eventually disables Paulton, takes the ring, and while he does that, a portal opens. A T-Rex steps through, and Alessandra is back in Waterdeep. And that's kind of where we leave it, with probably going to be a huge fight in the Yawning Portal. It's a crazy episode.
Mm-hmm. All right, in the chat, let's see. What do we got here?
Bored.
Looks like they were talking a little bit about the Forgotten Realms gods. Automod.
Automod is
Automod won't let me expound on lore. Wow, what lore is triggering the Automod?
It picks random words, I think. It does. Yeah, it just kind of, it's like, maybe not.
Luca Trooper says that there's a novel that makes them think that Lathander's kind of a prick.
You know.
Lathander has been very cool on this show, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? We actually like met him for a half second.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was,
or at least saw him.
He's very cool, right?
He's like,
it's good. He actually told Evelyn to chill out, basically.
You can have a relationship. It's okay, Evelyn.
Yeah, he did. Then Ravenna points out, yeah. So I couldn't believe that. Like, Paulton's in the Yawning Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Zolto comes right up to him, has like the ring in a napkin or whatever, and he's like,
"Yeah,
look what I got," you know. And Paulton's immediately like, touch.
I mean, just post performance, you know, the adrenaline comes up. You're not necessarily thinking.
Just touched it.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, bad things are gonna happen now. Oh no.
Yeah, because immediately after he touched it, then Manchun's big metal hand.
Yeah, it's like.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect Manchun to show up
at all.
Me either. And Manchun was ready.
Oh, that's right, though. But
yeah.
But that's right. The Zentarum were pursuing them in Port Nine Zaru, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the ring.
That's right, for the ring. And now the ring is here. So, like, I was thinking, what does anybody know? Manchun had some invisible monsters with him, and they were green demons with wings.
They were Nikoloths.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're Yugoloths immediately, because I remember the picture.
So they were Nikoloths.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't those like really powerful?
Oh yeah, they're CR9.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta throw the waffle. You gotta have, like, you know.
Gotta throw the biggest things at the Waffle crew.
Yeah.
They had mirror images, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounded like it looked like there were 8 of. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like there were 8 of them, but I guess there were only 2. based
You
on how
mentioned
Chris
the axe,
made
and I'm like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And they mirror imaged, so there it looked like there was 8 of them.
Mhm.
And then there was also 3 doppelgangers
Yep.
that looked like the rest of the Waffle crew, but were
And
actually doppelgangers.
they did not fare. They probably, tried to be the Waffle crew, but just didn't survive with it not being optimal, suboptimal.
How did Manchun know about the ring?
You
You know?
know, I don't think he knew, like, because the parties told him that they don't have it, but in 124 he sent those dudes after Paulton in the City of the Dead, and they were like,
Yeah.
we came here to get the ring,
Mhm.
So he might have just gone to Paulton's concert,
Yeah,
knowing that he had the ring before.
also that they had just come out of they had a fight not recently, so this could
That's
have been
true.
involved,
That's true.
follow up from that.
This is true.
You don't just turn Manchin into a chicken or be part of that and you're not going to get off that easy.
Yeah, that must have been humiliating.
Counterspell to Finger of Death spells.
That was epic. It was so epic.
It's really good.
And now and in the beginning it was like Paulton was alone.
Yeah.
Portal against Manchun and
I'm wondering if that was it, like they would just got Paulton if none of that stuff happened.
That was some bad stuff.
And Durnan, the owner of the Yawning Portal, did jump in.
Yeah, that was
cool.
badass.
Durnan's
good for him.
Pretty epic guy.
If you look in
awesome.
If you look in the Dragon Heist book, Durnan has stats and has a whole story. So this is also a thing,
Unfortunately, so does Manchun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who has some bad stuff.
Phoenix Iwaki says Phoenix Iwaki is in Japan, I believe.
Konnichiwa.
Says konnichiwa. The only phrase I know is "so desu ne," which I believe means
Is that so?
Is that so? Yes, that's all I know. Look at Troopa. Has there been a mechanist touched counterpart to the Waffle crew called the Lawful crew? There should be, right?
A bunch of Warforged.
Yeah, or like Nimble Rights that are
Nimble. Oh yeah,
or Nimble Rights that are looked like the Waffle crew. That would be cool.
That'd be fun.
They're all
another good spin-off.
Yeah. And Ravenna says that threw me off when he said green. I was expecting Hydrolots. I think those are the water ones, right? But for a minute I was like green with wings. I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't sure. I was like, but all right, I get it. Manchun, because the Yugoloths are the mercenary race, so Manchun could have just hired some or summoned them and bound them and forced them to do his bidding. So that kind of makes sense.
I wouldn't have known anything about those Yugoloths if it weren't for me researching Arcanoloths. Because of one Shimeshka.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the beginning of the show, we learned because it was kind of like a big hanging thing. What happened to Miranda? And it turns out that she had a long, like when we last saw her, they were in the Shadowfell and she had snatched the ring from the heroes and got away with those crazy Shatterkai people.
Yeah.
And so then we learned that she actually ditched those Shatterkai people, went to the city of Gloomrot, and hung out with some nuns who committed to a vow of silence and actually joined them for a while.
Yeah.
But then she left them and got just the Shadowfell despair overtook her, and she created her new friend. Played by Erica Fermina, I think her name is. And the character's name is Gwyneth, an ice construct. I think the construct has wings. And it was like, and I have the Gloomrot box set from 4th, but I haven't really read through it. And I'm like, are those nuns from that box set? I was kind of wondering. And is Zolto somebody that we should know? Zolto Mengrazi, the great Mengrazi or whatever. But I don't know.
Magnificent, because everything's better with alliteration.
Yeah, and so Zolto actually stole the ring from her, fled through a portal, and they followed, and he actually was able to get the ring. So I guess Zolto was an agent of the Raven Queen. Is that right?
Yeah.
And the Raven Queen wants Paulton to have the ring. Is that right?
Yes. Or
so it sounds like.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there was that thing about I remember Lori should know with Chris a while back about the Raven Queen that the Raven Queen just kind of just takes interest in people and just is kind of there to observe, like an audience member in a way, but someone that can kind of like force certain things. So this seems like maybe like she's doing this so interesting things happen to like Paulton.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking, doesn't the Raven Queen have a strong aspect of winter with her?
Yes. Yeah.
So I figure that might.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just, why Paulton? Right? Is it
Maybe
the ring chose Paulton?
Or she's been interested
Okay.
Paulton ever since the 51 or was it? Yeah.
What if it was because he was a raven to save someone from dying?
Maybe. Maybe.
That's right.
Via Soulmonger, specifically.
Wait, gosh, okay, wait. I can't remember. Chris gave the origin of I think in the show, the ring was created by elves, right?
Elves, yeah.
That were linked to her, right?
Maybe.
Right? And she wants the ring back? Is that right? I can't remember.
I'm not sure exactly, but I do know in 5th edition that she was like an elf queen now in her backstory. So I'm sure it has something to do with that.
Because, like, okay, wait, if Zalto had the ring, and she wants the ring, he could have just brought it to her, but he didn't. He brought it to Paulton. So,
yeah, and it spent so much time like in her domain too. She had. I mean, if the Raven Queen wanted, she had every opportunity, like the last however long it's been, to like take it.
Let's see in the chat. Shouldn't she be getting impatient by now? Who do you mean?
Meshka?
Oh,
Shemeshka.
Oh,
yeah.
Look,
still waiting for those glasses.
I mean,
like,
oh yeah, the glasses
and the book.
And the book.
I get the feeling that those things aren't very important to Shemeshka. Like totally, and she just kind of like.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, but her Gaius was broken with the removed curse.
Yeah,
that's also true.
Yeah. She has that mirror though that can of scrying. She doesn't necessarily need that.
True.
Maybe she's just waiting.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
Maybe. Bad time.
When's the best time to pop in and get these things to best manipulate these manipulatable people?
When they really need help.
You know, that makes sense for Shemeshka.
Phoenix Iwaki says, love seeing everyone's enthralled faces at Mr. Perkins' story time. Ravenna, not yet in Faerun. She hasn't stolen that from Oral yet? Oh, are you...
Yeah, Arl's the goddess of like winter in Forgotten Realms.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Look at
the Raven
Queen. I looked at that for a little bit and I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, the Raven Queen's weird in 5th edition too because she's not technically a god anymore like she was when she was introduced. So it's weird, you know.
Look at Troopa says, not an attack on his character, but Paulton seems very manipulatable.
They all are.
Yeah, they are.
Manipulable.
They all are in their own special ways.
as we've seen with Evelyn and Jarlaxle very recently.
Yeah, I guess so. They are. I guess. And a lot of times it's kind of like, well, what are they going to do? You know?
But yeah, well.
There's only one or two choices, so. But yeah, I guess so. But it's just kind of like people are constantly messing with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People are always trying to trick them, or they are invisible, or they're shape changers, or just breaking into their house. So I don't know. I mean,
they are powerful, and they have a lot of like things that people be interested in, like, you know, taking control of or having them do stuff for them. So I can see why.
They stepped on a lot of toes as well.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of somebody needs to make a list of all the dangling storylines.
Yeah.
Like to see that.
Yeah. Although this seems like what's happening, like either this episode or next episode, it seems like they're condensing a few of those, or it's kind of like a few of those lines into like something that they can kind of like conclude.
It does seem that way, yeah. How are you going to top Manchun with the Ring of Winter? So I almost think this is the end of like the Zentarum as villains for right now, anyway.
Because this is also like that nightmare that DF had in the
Yeah.
about like Waterdeep in wintertime.
Yeah, the snow
That's
going up, right?
scary.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Didn't
what's...
like that at all. Just like, oh no.
Because like someone posted art of that I forget who, but they it was almost a year, I guess, until like when that happened. So
Yeah.
It's crazy. In the beginning, towards the beginning of the episode, Strix learned that people don't want to buy healing pies, so she had the idea to advertise them to adventurers, which I thought was an awesome idea.
Yeah, it's also the best use for Squidly's like energy is just make him spin a sign outside.
That was so adorable.
I would love it if like adventurers just whole parties of adventurers just started showing up and hanging out.
You don't. The thing is, you don't want adventurers as your customers. They are cheap.
That's true.
And the rogue,
like,
the rogue's always going to try to steal something.
They have so much money, but it's like, can we have that for like 30% off? Can we have that, please?
My thinking was like, let's. Do you know how much good berries heal you? How many good berries are per pie?
That's a very good question. Yeah.
Secondly, how long do they last?
It's like these empty pies.
Good berries just disappear.
It's just like a shell with like 2 berries.
Like a shell,
You should market them to people who can only afford to buy one at a time.
Yeah. Whatever the better business.
They last the whole day. Like,
Yeah.
you eat it and you're full. You don't have to worry about food.
I didn't think of that.
There's some adventure out there that has this pie. It's just like, we need to eat this pie. We're gonna die. If it's like, there's nothing but bread. There's no good berries in this pie.
And they eat it and they're full for the whole day, so no one's gonna come back for seconds. They're gonna have one slice. They only need one slice, and that's gonna be it for the whole day.
Oh
Yep.
no!
So it's like, it's great for the people who are strapped for cash.
Yeah.
I love the idea that adventuring groups are going to come in there and like, their enemies are going to attack them, and like an old wizard's going to come in with a quest for them, and all that kind of thing. And so they'll be running a bar where adventurers come to like get quests, and their drama plays out, and the group has to like, oh god, here we go again.
I always imagine
That's
that
awesome.
like for a vendor.
Like this.
Yeah, like
and they don't have money because nobody wrote it down in their character sheets, and nobody even knows how much gold they have. That happens so much in my games.
Simon has a bag that's his hat now, though.
Yeah,
filled with cash underneath the table, hiding.
It's also interesting that like going to their neighbors to like for the good berries is like they are shunned by their neighbors now. Like they
I think Fallah's had enough of them.
Everyone,
they did Thunderwave one too many times, saying Thunderwave, but it's actually the gun.
It's the gun. There's an owlbear out there. There's like dead bugbears.
Dead bugbears, dead beholders.
There's 3 children that just are a pest.
Scream.
Yeah.
All the time.
They hung up the straw doll in there, right?
Yeah.
The skin of it. Just the skin of it, I think.
The skin of it with like a nail in like a stake in it.
Yeah, like people would come in and be like, this place is really creepy.
I can't imagine Strix being the greatest like salesperson.
Yeah.
Out there, just like
it's all dusty. And there's this one creepy little kid who has no, just totally random little kid.
And then a monkey pickpockets you.
The monkey pick. Oh, that's right.
Honestly, it's the aesthetic of some sort of owl cafe, though.
It
is.
And then in the kitchen, there's an elephant dude and a kobold.
Yeah.
And Dierne from the Shadowfell.
I don't think also Strix looks like Strix
and Albie. Yeah. People are just gonna turn right around. We're not.
What a motley bunch.
We're not gonna stay here. There's like 10 strange people in here. They're all freaking me out.
I don't think the main like baker washes her hands. It looks like she does, but she doesn't look like it.
You know what? The health inspector should show up because I would bet
there are so many health things in this house. It's not like
you have an owlbear like going to the bathroom.
Wait a minute.
Very close to where they're cooking. I don't know.
In the episode where Simon got turned into a real boy, wasn't the health inspector supposed to show up? And then they throw the doppelganger body out the window.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there've been corpses in this.
Yeah. Yeah. They better
I
watch it.
can understand. I probably would not buy a pie from that bakery, maybe. Definitely.
Let's see.
But it's funny also because apparently they had a lot of good press too
Yeah.
via Yawning Portal,
let's
Oh
see.
boy.
Juicy says,
which is now in ruins. But
True.
Juicy points out that adventures are a terrible market. Yes, I agree.
The worst.
Ravenna, you want to make these tiny pastries and market them like Lemba's bread one bite, and you're full the whole day. Yeah, good. Just you're gonna have to get a lot of people to go in on it.
Yeah.
Look at Trupa. Inventory management on character sheets is the worst. Agree. It's always I have just sheets of gibberish, and I look at it later.
have
Like
items.
now, some of these games that I play, sometimes you'll get inspiration or something, or like a special thing when people spend bits, and if I don't write it down and like circle it, I'm gonna forget it that I ever had it. It's horrible when you realize you lost it. So. You too?
I got 2 last time.
You got 2.
Forgot them.
Yeah.
Forgot them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Phoenix says jester bells and coins jingling away. Does Simon still wear the jester clothes?
Yep.
What a
He has
weirdo.
his little jester hat filled with coins right now.
Hey, he's adorable, Sean.
I'd like to see some art of this kid.
You can find it.
Oh,
Simon
yes,
is
yeah.
enormous.
I think it's
Who
Gen
doesn't love Simon?
Kaiko, don't know.
Just
The recent one with Paulton and Simon from the aftermath of episode 126 is real good.
Yes.
Kids dare each other to go into the old creepy pie shop. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you don't want kids going in there because there's so much violence going on inside that it's just a matter. And Chris is definitely always dangling
on a day that's not Tuesday, though.
On the day that's not Tuesday. Ravenna, they should be getting the goth kids market though. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Strix could bring them in. You know, all the kids.
Waterdeep goths.
Let's see. So Diaz's treasure chest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he had gone underwater and found a treasure chest. So he brought it to his room, and there's this little riddle on it that says there's no way to get it open. So he tried to pick the lock of it, and his lock picks actually broke.
Yeah, it's got to be like somehow like magically like blocked or something. He loves the puzzle of this treasure chest. It's gonna be nothing but bad stuff once like it's making him too happy. Like this whole thing.
I do find it interesting because in the episode where they found it, like they were supposed to find the lichen or whatever. But it didn't seem like that was what they were supposed to find. Because Chris just kind of like, hey, look at this treasure chest. And then cut away. And they're like, did we get the ingredient? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
treasure
But at the same time, I do think, if I remember correctly, I could be remembering this wrong. Diath had an ulterior motive. I was like, do I see sunken treasure? Do I happen to see it? And it seems to me like Chris was like, yeah, sure. You see treasure.
And then maybe at the time, I don't know. I don't even like guessing at this kind of thing, but in this, maybe Chris wasn't sure what was in it, and so he decided to say it was sealed like that, so that way he'd have a week to think about it.
Oh, I think Chris knows exactly what's in this thing.
You think so?
At this point, I think so.
Oh, now, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So one theory I have is that the only way to open it is with one of his keys from the keyring.
God.
Of course. Yeah,
Of
that's
course.
one I had too.
Yeah,
as soon as the lockpick
like,
lockpicks the tumblers inside, I went. As soon as that happened, I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
And a theory I saw on the subreddit was that it's a mimic. It's alive and it's gonna just eat him.
It's a very patient mimic.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
It would have tried to eat him as soon as he put a lockpick in there. Just like,
that's true.
It's trying, huh?
Yeah. Unless it has some special quest or something. But yeah, you're right. It probably would have tried to kill him already. Other than that, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just like a magic thing where it's like, you know, you have to think about how you don't want to open it in order to open it. Maybe the more you want to open it, the more hard it is to open. That
Test
kind
of Erised.
Mm.
Could be.
Maybe.
Wizard stuff.
Looker Trooper says it's the Pulp Fiction briefcase. So he opens it and there's golden light, and it's whatever he wants the most in life is inside of it. What would that be for Dia?
Another smaller chest inside.
Yeah. I mean, he does want to open it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Juicy says it's a hibernating mimic. Could be. Maybe. Yeah, it's a mimic that's been underwater so long it went into a comatose state in order to survive. And,
Maybe.
it's slowly waking now. Or Phoenix E says it's a vegetarian mimic. It's down there eating
Meant to
seaweed.
pick me and and Thornies, and I don't know how to pronounce mushroom people.
Myconids. Right?
Myconids. That's it.
After that, Evelyn woke up in Jarlaxle's cabin.
Yeah.
What?
Mm.
No.
Why?
But Evelyn, it was pretty clear that she just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jarlaxle was gone.
So we say.
Ah, yes. So, yeah. I don't know. It looks like Jarlaxle tried, but it didn't work out.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
I think somebody actually did a cartoon of that.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, blah, 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 Lathander,
Yeah.
sun, fall asleep. You know? And that was it.
That sounds like what probably happened, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she was oblivious to all of his maneuvering.
Well,
probably.
Well, based off of how she has been in the past, yeah, she was oblivious.
Yeah.
And she took
or
a
knew
little flight
subconsciously, but was still like, no, it's fine.
Whatever. I think it's adorable. And then she took a little flight around the eye catcher and saw the submarine down underneath it. Which and she speaks Elvish, so she heard the sailors speaking Elvish, and they were like, "She's seen too much," and like, "No, we can't touch her."
Yeah, you can't touch her. She's like, Jarlaxle's protections on her. Like,
But she actually went right down there and looked at the submarine.
Yep.
She saw dark elves
right after
there.
hearing that she knows too much. I'm gonna learn more.
She saw the drow inside and the gnome engineers that run it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to see what's going to happen with that, if anything.
Yes.
What does he want with her, really, Jarlaxle?
It's hard to say.
Is it all about the stone?
I mean, it could be either that or the stuff that's going on with the Spires of the Morning and stuff like whatever's happening down there.
You know,
there might be multiple motivations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It could be like that, the stone, and Evelyn's really pretty. I mean, and he wants to win. So.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You know, that's right. He killed that critic because he wants to win. So a guy wrote a bad review of his food and he killed him. So what is going to happen if the group beats him to the treasure and Jarlaxle doesn't get it?
Oh,
he's going to want to feed them pies that burst them into
flames. Or, you know, he's got plans. That way.
If they beat him to the treasure and he can't, like, manipulate them into doing what he wants with it, you know.
Run them over
Say
with his
that
submarine.
he'd split the share with them or something.
Yeah.
Because they made the pie or whatever. I don't even remember the exact reasoning.
Maybe.
But he said he'd split it. That much I remember. So it's very much like, what? What's happening? I don't know anymore.
So the treasure they're gonna have. Oh, here's another question before I forget. Why does Manchun wants treasure, right?
Yes.
Is the ring just something else he wants?
I think I know why. Yes.
Why?
I don't know how much I should say because kind of spoilery, but it's related to Undermountain.
Wee woo.
Yeah.
That was a theory on the subreddit that Manchun. I don't know why somebody said this, but they said that they think that Manchun's going to get the ring, bring it to Undermountain, and it's going to end up in the hands of Hallister, the evil wizard down in Undermountain. And that's going to lead to season the next half of the season.
So, for people who don't know, this Manchun is a clone of the original. And basically all the Oh, you didn't know that? Oh shit!
There used to be tons of Manchuns.
So Manchun made a bunch of clones, and then he died, and all of the clones woke up at the same time and started murdering each other, basically, in an event called the Manchun Wars. And basically,
this is literally just the Clone Wars. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And basically now there are only 3 of the clones left, evidently. One of them is like the leader of the Night Masks in like Westgate, and he's a vampire. And then one of them is in Waterdeep, and basically he went down into Undermountain to hide and got captured by Halaster and like tortured and stuff. And he got away somehow, and now he's doing all this stuff, you know.
Oh.
And I mean that's why he's missing his arm as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think he wants the ring to like go back and settle a score.
Ooh.
You know.
I see.
Because I know James Hayek and James Introcaso have like talked about like what's going on in this Manchun's psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a clone of an evil wizard who has a bunch of enemies, but he's not actually that wizard. And like, what does that do to a person to know, like, I'm not the real deal, but I'm going to be treated like I am, and I can't be like my own person, and it kind of screws with you, you know.
It's part of the thing when they create like the clones is that they hate the original, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Clone spell is weird. It's pretty freaking interesting.
So yeah, that sounds like that might be part of the back end of this season, which we're starting to get into.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, and this might just be because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and so Chris didn't touch on it. But when Paulton immediately attuned to the ring, it didn't talk to him.
It didn't, no.
So I was like, how much control does Paulton have right now? How much control? I was very scared.
Good point.
Probably not. Yeah, not much.
Also a note: Paulton uses hand drew during concerts.
Yeah.
So he's playing his lute, and the severed hand plays some of the stuff for him.
Super impressive.
So he can drink while he does it.
It looks really cool.
So yeah, then Manchun showed up with the Nikoloths and the Doppelganger Waffle crew. Paulton summoned the Ice Dragon, which appeared outside, right?
Yeah.
Although it went inside.
Yeah, right? It's wrecking the Yawning Portal.
And Phoenixy says it's fun to see people play doppelgangers of themselves. Yeah. Evelyn tried to pull the ring off of Manchun's finger, but was unable to do so, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That was very Infinity Gauntlet-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it was like, okay, we're doing the Infinity Gauntlet right now with the ring. And then there's all these people, and then so now everybody's converging on the building. So you got the Waffle crew, and Manchun's got the ring, and then you've got freaking the dinosaur lady, Alessandra, who just showed up, and
Portal appears above Yawning.
And Miranda and Gwyneth.
So many Yawning Portals at the Yawning Portal.
Yeah.
It's
so like, how did Alessandra show up to this? How did that work?
What level is she?
Oh, she's got like
she summoned Ubtao into her presence. I'm pretty sure she's strong enough to make a portal.
She's one of the Barai, right? Who are like super paladins. So yeah.
Yeah, the Barai. And she was the one that Artist Simber had been looking for a really long time, right? Because she was in Mesro in its own dimension, and he was trying to figure out how to get there. Which is funny because we ran the Lost City of Mesro, and the group actually found the way to get in there, I believe, or got close to it. So.
And then we left them all to die.
He did.
Well.
Well, artists survived a bit longer than died in our game, so.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
As you do.
Also, Welp.
Next episode is gonna have freaking 3 guest stars. It looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Gonna be great.
Yeah.
Gonna be a good time.
I did see on the subreddit a few people were kind of disappointed that a lot of people didn't get to do too much on this episode.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it was a little weird. Like the guests, it's not a big deal, but the guests were there, and they didn't really get to do much at all. They emerged in the city of the dead. They talked to an old lady.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
I think going in, I think it was titled like it's the first part of something. So I think going in, it's like this one was probably gonna have to be like some sort of play setting.
Mm.
Like they had to do with
And but next episode with so many people, it's gonna be like, I guess they're all gonna roll initiative.
I guess, yeah. Like some people were positing that we could see the statues, some of the bigger elements from Waterdeep. Even like this would probably garner the attention of the black stuff as well, something like Manchun. So
oh my god,
it could get really, really wild next up.
In the ice dragon appearing in the city, there is that weird dragon ward that usually blocks normal dragons out, but this isn't really a dragon. This is like a construct in the shape of a dragon, which is going to alarm everybody like crazy.
Yeah,
there's a dragon in the city. How? And they're going to run over. And the walking statues. There's all those statues that are spread throughout the city that come to life and defend the city.
I mean, we also have whatever the faction of Xanathar. I mean, not Xanathar, but the Centaurum that is loyal to Manchun. Still there too. So could we get?
Oh yeah.
Yes, this next episode might be really crazy.
I want to. Durnan's real mad now.
I'm just imagining like everybody in Waterdeep is having flashbacks to like 6 years ago when Acquisitions Inc. bought the Tarrasque and like leveled half the city with Mecha Blaster.
They're like, oh no, not this again.
Not again.
Not again.
Yeah.
And they might have measures in place to stop that from happening again, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right. I think we're going to wrap it up. Anybody have any final thoughts in this episode? What do you all think about this overall?
That was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was just...
it was a lot.
And Reedy, you just watched this, right? So it's all fresh for you. Yeah.
It was fresh and going the 30 minutes before I got to jump on, I was yelling at my sister like, ah!
This first part definitely got me pumped to see like what Chris has planned for Manchun having the ring and stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be freaking badass.
Yeah, I'm just excited because like I wasn't expecting like I said, these threads to converge like this compactly. So this is going to be like these next is going to be wild, and I think it's going to probably getting closer to that second half of the season. That's gonna, or the last portion of the season. That's going to be probably not Dragon Heist related. So
haven't been this stressed since episode 52.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yes.
Juicy asks, "What was the snow going up caused by again?"
I think that was mostly to scare Jared.
Yeah.
It might have been just Paulton touching the ring. Right? Just because Paulton, the ring likes Paulton. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it gets all excited when Paulton has the ring. Patchwork98 says, I demand a Manchun clone become part of the Ravenloft set. That's an awesome idea. They should definitely do that.
There's all sorts of like wild stuff in like that, in that setting. Like there's things from like, isn't there like a city from like Dark Sun like there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's transport.
Yeah, there
is all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
It's like, how many Manchuns are there? Is there just one in just every campaign setting? Just everyone.
It could.
I mean, it's like, I don't know if you got all of them.
I mean,
I totally forget what the third Manchun clone is. I totally don't remember.
I don't know. And Phoenix points out that it was part of Diath's vision. A while back, quite a while ago, Diath had this vision of being in Waterdeep and snow was falling up, and he saw what I think was Paulton with glowing blue eyes. But then at that point, Diath got pulled away by the Wan Ti woman, who wanted his soul, I believe, because she's the one who told him he had an ancient soul, and that he could lead the Wan Ti like Raz Nissi did. But so I think this is kind of like the fulfillment of that vision. So the snow falling up just might be just a thing that happens to happen, and triggers. Oh, here we go. We're gonna do this thing. But Paulton doesn't have the ring. Manchun has it for the moment. So who knows? I don't know. Oh, hey, Kika. Kika's Diath Squidly's dad.
Yes.
Ravenna, Manchun versus Raceland. That would be very cool.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Patchwork City from Dark Sun, several from Dragonlance, a few from Forgotten Realms, and Vecna. Yeah. They could do that.
Definitely see Manchun versus a T-Rex. That's probably
if Manchun versus a T-Rex.
Oh my god!
How is Chris gonna run this thing?
I don't know, but it's gonna be rad.
Manchun, T-Rex, Ice Dragon, 2 Nikoloths, Waffle Crew, Durnan, and Miranda.
Probably more Zentrum thugs too. So.
Yeah.
I remember on Twitter someone asking, why was Curse of Strahd there? And at first I was thinking, because Simon, clearly. But then also I remembered that guess who else was in the Ring of Winter arc when we were in the Shadowfell? Ezek!
Yes.
So I'm excited to see if that comes into anything.
Ezek. Very crazy.
There's lots of stuff.
There's lots of pussy.
All right.
This is going to be fine.
What
right?
a nightmare.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I have you have the pop socket thing. I have the pin right there, which you can't see that well, but
nice.
Oh, actually, you saw it better than my pop socket. So.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching and commenting on our double header today. We'll be back again next week for episode 127. Do you think they can wrap all this up in 2 hours next week?
I don't know.
Probably
That's a good question.
Two parts. It's not clear whether that's 2 part or 3 parts. We'll see.
If they roll for initiative, you're going to get 2 rounds, probably, going all the way through everything, right?
I mean, someone's going to die in 2 rounds, so that's not.
Who's gonna die in 2 rounds?
It's the T-Rex. I mean, they were they were power words and stuff hanging around, so you never.
That's true.
I'm scared.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true.
You're right. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you again next time. I'm going to hit the button. Goodbye.
Don't die.